Dear students, today we will start Unit 3 Introduction to Computer Network. Now, first of all, let me explain you what is a computer network. A computer network is a collection of interconnected computers and other devices which are able to communicate with each other and share hardware and software resources. Now, there are some advantages of networking. They are data sharing. One of the most important uses of computer networking is to allow the sharing of data. Users can send text files, spreadsheets, documents, and presentations, audio files, video files to other users. Hardware sharing. With the help of networking, hardware components such as printers, scanners, modem can also be shared. Internet access sharing. You can purchase a single internet connection and share it among other computers in a network rather than purchasing multiple internet connections for each computer. Usage of network based applications such as web browsers, email clients, chat application, audio and video calling is another advantage of networking. Now, types of network. There are three types of networking. They are LAN, MAN, and WAN. Let me explain these types one by one. LAN. The full form of LAN is Local Area Network. A LAN is a network of communicating devices in a room, building, or campus. It can cover an area of a few meters to a few meters up to 10 kilometers radius. MAN, Metropolitan Area Network. A MAN is a network of communicating devices within a city. It can cover an area of a few kilometers to a few hundred kilometers up to 100 kilometers radius. A network of schools or banks or government offices within a city are examples of MAN. A MAN is usually formed by interconnecting a number of LANs and individual computers. WAN, Wide Area Network. A WAN is a network of communicating devices crossing the limits of a city, country, or continent. It can cover an area of over hundreds of kilometers radius. A network of ATMs, banks, national government offices, international organizations offices spread over a country, continent, or covering many continents are examples of WAN. Hardware, network hardware. To form a network, a lot of hardware devices are required. They are transmission media and network devices. Now let me explain transmission media. A transmission medium is a medium of data transfer over a network. It can be wired or wireless. Wired media. A number of various types of cables are used to transfer data over computer networks. These are twisted pair cable, coaxial cable, power line, optical fiber cable. Wireless media. Electromagnetic waves are used for wireless communication over computer networks. Frequencies of waves are measured in hertz. These are radio waves, microwaves, infrared radiation, Bluetooth. Network devices. Other than the transmission media, many other devices are required to form computer networks. Some of these devices are modem, hub, switch, repeater, router, gateway. Now let me explain the function of these devices one by one. Modem. A modem is a device that converts digital computer signals into analog signals that can travel over phone lines. It also reconverts the analog signals back into digital signals. The word modem is derived from modulation, demodulation. Hub. A hub is an electronic device that connects several nodes to form a network and redirects the received information to all the connected nodes in broadcast mode. Switch. A switch is an intelligent device that connects several nodes to form a network and redirects the received information only to the intended node. Repeater. A repeater is a device that is used to regenerate a signal which is on its way through a communication channel. A repeater regenerates the received signal and retransmits it to its destination. Router. A router is a network device that works like a bridge to establish connection between two networks, but it can handle networks with different protocols. Gateway. A gateway is a device which is used to connect different types of networks and perform the necessary translation so that the connected networks can communicate properly. Now the next topic is network topologies. Now first of all, let me explain you what is a topology. A topology is an arrangement of physical connections among nodes in a network. There are different network topologies. They are star topology, bus topology, tree topology, mesh topology. Now let me explain these topologies one by one. Star topology. In star topology, each node is directly connected to a switch or hub. If any node has to send some information to any other node, it sends the signal to the hub or switch. This signal is then broadcast to all the nodes in case of a hub is used, but it is accepted by the intended node only. In the case of a switch, the signal is sent only to the intended node. Star topology generally requires more cable length than bus topology. Now there are some characteristics of star topology. They are: it is more efficient topology as compared to bus topology. It is easy to install. It is easy to diagnose the fault in star topology. It is easy to expand depending on the specifications of central hub or switch. Failure of a hub or switch leads to failure of entire network. Bus topology. In bus topology, all the nodes are connected to a main cable called backbone. If any node has to send some information to any other node, it sends the information or signal to the backbone. The signal travels through the entire length of the backbone and is received by the node for which it is intended. Now, characteristics of bus topology. It is easy to install. It requires less cable length and hence it is cost effective. Failure of a node does not affect the network. In case of cable or terminator fault, the entire network breaks down. Fault diagnosis is difficult in bus topology. Tree topology. Tree topology is a combination of bus and star topologies. It is used to combine multiple star topology networks. All the stars are connected together like a bus. This bus star hybrid approach supports future expandability of the network. Characteristics of tree topology. It offers easy way of network expansion. Even if one network fails, the other networks remain connected and working. Mesh topology. A mesh topology is a network topology in which all the network nodes are individually connected to most of the other nodes. There is not a concept of a central hub or switch or computer which acts as a central point of communication to pass on the messages. Characteristics of mesh topology. Each connection can carry its own data load. A fault is diagnosed easily. Provides security and privacy. Installation and configuration are difficult if the connectivity gets more. Cabling cost is more and the most in case of a fully connected mesh topology. Bulk wiring is required. Now the next topic is Introduction to Internet. Now let me first explain Internet. Internet is a system of linked networks that are worldwide in scope and facilitate data communication services such as remote login, file transfer, electronic mail, the World Wide Web, and news groups. It is made up of many networks, each run by different companies and are interconnected at peering points. It is a network of networks spread across the globe, all of which are connected to each other. It connects many smaller networks together and allows all the computers, to exchange information with each other through a common set of rules for communication. These rules are called protocols, and the internet uses transmission control protocol, internet protocol, that is TCP IP. Uniform resource locator. The uniform resource locator is the unique identifier of a web page. The address of the current page you are on appears in the address bar of the web browser. You can go directly to a web page if you know its URL by simply typing the URL in the address bar. World Wide Web. World Wide Web can be defined as a hypertext information retrieval system on the internet. Tim Berners-Lee is the inventor of World Wide Web. World Wide Web is the universe of the information available on the internet. World Wide Web consists of web pages which uses HTML to interchange information on the internet. Email, electronic mail. In this digital communication era, email proves to be the biggest asset in sending and receiving messages from one computer to another. It allows us to communicate quickly with people around the world at any time. It is economical mode of communication. It facilitates you to send the same messages to more than 100 people at the cost of a local phone call. Chatting. A real-time informal communication over the internet is chatting. A chat program is a software which is required for chatting over the internet. AOL Instant Messenger, Internet Messenger, MSN Messengers are some commonly used chat programs. In order to chat, the user should have an account on a chatting program. Chat is a textual conversation. VoIP. VoIP stands for Voice over Internet Protocol. It enables the transfer of voice using packet switched network rather than using public switched telephone network. By using VoIP software, phone calls can be done using standard internet connection. This mode of making phone calls is much cheaper than conventional way because the service of telecommunication company is not used. There are three different methods of VoIP service in common use today. They are ATA. ATA stands for analog to digital converted. It is used to connect the telephone device to the computer. It takes the analog signals from the phone and converts them to digital signals. These digital signals can not be transmitted over the internet. IP phones. IP phones appear much like an ordinary telephone or cordless phone. They are directly connected to the router or the LAN. They have all the hardware and software necessary right on board to handle the IP call. IP phones are sometimes called VoIP telephones, SIP phones, or soft phones. Computer to computer. It is the most easy and simplest way to use VoIP. The basic hardware requirements are computer, internet, speakers, microphone. Now the next topic is website. Now first of all I will explain you what is a website. A website is a collection of web pages and related content that is identified by a common domain name on at least one web server. Examples of websites are wikipedia.org, google.com, and amazon.com. Web page. It is an electronic document designed using HTML. It displays information in textual or graphical form. It may also contain downloadable data files, audio files, or video files. Transversal from one web page to another web page is possible through hyperlinks. Now there are two types of web pages, static web page and dynamic web page. Static web page. A web page which displays same kind of information whenever a user visits it is known as a static web page. A static web page generally has .htm or .html as extension. Dynamic web page. An interactive web page is a dynamic web page. A dynamic web page uses scripting languages to display changing content on the web page. Such a page generally has PHP, ASP, JSP as extension. Web server. A web server is a computer or a group of computers that store web pages on the internet. It works on client-server model. It delivers the requested web page to web browser. The web browsers use special programs such as Apache to deliver web pages over the HTTP protocol. Now the next topic is web browser. Now what is web browser? Web browser is a software program to navigate the web pages on the internet. A browser interprets the coding language of the web page and displays it in graphic form. A web browser allows anyone to access the web without even knowing commands used in software languages to design a web page. Internet works on client-server model. A web browser is a client which requests the information from the web server. The web server sends the information back to the client. Most commonly used web browsers are Google Chrome, Firefox, Opera, Safari, US Browser, Internet Explorer. Browser settings. With the help of the browser settings, you can change the settings of your browser. Now next is add-ons and plugins. Add-on. An add-on is either a hardware unit that can be added to a computer to increase its capabilities, or a program utility that enhances a primary program. Less frequently, some manufacturers and software developers use the add-in. Example of add-ons for a computer includes cards for sound, graphics acceleration, modem capability, and memory. Software add-ons are common for games, word processors, and accounting programs. Plugin. A plugin is a piece of software that acts as an add-on to a web browser and gives the browser additional functionality. Plugins can allow a web browser to display additional content it was not originally designed to display. An example of a plugin is the free Macromedia Flash player, a plugin that allows the web browser to display animations using the Flash format. Now the next topic is cookies. What is cookies? When the user browses a website, the web browser sends a text file to the web browser. This small text file is a cookie. Generally, a cookie contains the name of the website from which it has come from and a unique ID tag. Some cookies last only until the browser is closed. They are not stored on user's hard drive. They are usually used to track the pages that you visit so that information can be customized for you for that visit. On the other hand, some cookies are stored on user's hard drive until you delete them or they reach their expiry date. These may, for example, be used to remember your preferences when you use the web sites.